Got a few updates tonight, a few things to go over, so I'm going to dive right in. This is an introduction to Divvee Social. Our team is Divvee Social Gurus. My name is Todd Bailey. I'm the CEO of the team. Divvee Social Gurus is one of the leading groups in Divvee. We're fortunate to be connected in directly to corporate as far as our connection, as far as the structure itself. We are tied in at the top. We're fortunate to have that position. We're also fortunate to be involved in a really interesting company. The company itself is truly a startup company. It's in its startup phase, and it's got a lot of good things going on, a lot of interesting things going on. And we have an opportunity to participate in that. Okay. Divvee Social. Divvee Social is a social membership network. We have an awful lot of things that we share, including some of our influence with each other and ultimately to advertisers and marketers that help drive the revenue proposition for Divvee Social. It's an innovative company. It's structured much like a network marketing company, although technically it's not network marketing. It still has that look as far as an overall structure. And there's some uniqueness to it. In our case, we have input that we're providing as a group, input that we're providing as a team back to advertisers and marketers and other folks who are selling product. That actually is our product, not the physical products that are being represented in what we're reviewing and on which we're giving our impressions. But our product is really our opinions, our influence, our ideas, our thoughts as far as marketing and advertising and helping others move product along. And it stands out in this marketplace. We're not selling lotions and potions. We're not pushing another protein shake. We have a really unique place in this space. And I like it because we can't take a product, mark up the price, and create some sort of commission from the markup. We have to truly be able to compete in this space. So we have a really unique offering. And what we bring to the marketplace is that uniqueness and a lot of clout. Clout simply because of the numbers and the unique way that all of this is being organized. It's a really fun company to be a part of. At this point of the company's history, we're still in startup phase. It's still really interesting because we're pioneering. As a team, Divvee Social Gurus is on that pioneering trail as well, but we're helping to sort things out. We've got a lot of ideas that are being shared. We're sharing ideas not just through Divvee, but also through the Gurus team. And we're working hard to make sense of all of the opportunities to build a following. As a team, we have some resources. We have some strength we're bringing. Things like this webinar. We have a webinar tonight. We have it on Tuesday for an introduction. Thursdays, we have a team webinar. We also have training. For instance, we've been working on some live training that will help you do Facebook Live, Instagram Live, and other live videos. We also have a Facebook team group where we can share our ideas, events, knowledge. We've got some documents we're sharing. We also have a YouTube channel that we're building out that will go public in just a matter of days. Finally, we have a member library. This will be exclusive to us. We have some tools that we're developing that will be housed in the member library, accessible to the team, and also a good place for us to share ideas and thoughts. We have a lot of resources like that we bring as Divvee Social Gurus. Now we're going to have a short video. You may have seen this already. I still like the video. This video was prepared with a lot of effort. A lot of hours went into this. The messaging is pretty darn good. It is evolving, and I'll talk about some of the evolution of the messaging. Now I'm going to ask Michael, our tech genius on the other end, to cue up that video.
Divvee Social has tapped into the fastest growing, most competitive marketing platforms in the world. In the process, Divvee Social has found a way to pay you for the things you already do on your smartphone, like watching videos and trying out new mobile apps. If you watch videos and play games on your smartphone, you're already qualified to make money with Divvee. Mobile apps are dominating the business world. Advertising platforms like Facebook and Google have already gotten on board. Why? Because people are always on their phones. App developers spent $3.8 billion just last month on ads. That's billion with a B. The makers of Clash of Clans spent $300 million on ads last September, and that's just one of over 2 million apps on Google Play, and 2 million more on Apple's App Store. Mobile app makers expect revenue of $63 billion in 2017, and they want to pay some of that money to you. You're probably wondering, why would they pay me to download apps and watch videos? You know those companies that offer to pay you for taking surveys? It's just like that. The app developers want to know how you feel about their products. They also want you to see the latest apps. You've got to admit, that's a smarter use of advertising dollars. Why would an app maker pay $5 million for a 30-second ad during the Super Bowl that will be seen by a lot of people that don't even use a smartphone? That's the old way. Now app makers want to use their advertising money to reach mobile phone users directly. It just makes sense. How do we know? Because we are Divvee Social gurus. It's easy to get started. You can start as a free member, download the free Divvee Social app from Google Play Store or Apple's App Store, and you're ready to start to rank and share the videos and apps. You can get points for doing up to 5 rank and share activities per hour all day long. For each video you watch or app you try out, you'll get points that you can redeem for iPods, cell phones, and other cool stuff. It's simple and fun. Use enroller code 458040 to get exclusive content and training from us. And if you want to earn money, significant money, you can sign up to be a Divvee independent affiliate. You do this with an in-app purchase of the Divvee business tools for only $50 using this enroller code 458040. Use this enroller code 458040, and you can even use your Divvee points to make the purchase so it can actually be free. Then share Divvee with your friends to start earning money. Building your Divvee team is easy. Find 3 friends that also want to get paid for downloading apps and watching videos. Then they find 3 friends, and so on. This can continue for 10 levels below you. This diagram shows how many people can be on each level through 10 levels. If you add them all up, it's a lot of people. In fact, that's about 88,000 people. That's your potential team. Crazy? Maybe, but Divvee is already growing like crazy because it's easy, it's fun, and all you need to get started is a cell phone. So how do you get paid? You earn commissions on your team's qualified rank and share activities. If a rank and share commission is $1, divide that dollar commission by 10, and that's the amount paid up 10 levels. That would be 10 cents paid to each of the 10 levels above. What does that mean for you? Let's imagine that someone on your team generates a rank and share commission of $1. That would pay you a commission of 10 cents. And if they did the same thing 20 times each month, that would pay you $2 per month. And if each person on your team does the same thing, and your team grows through 10 levels like I just showed you, well, you can do the math. The potential is huge. We are Divvee Social gurus, and we can show you how to use Divvee Social to earn points for cool gear. We can also show you how to build a massive team that can rock your financial world. For a sneak peek at our training ideas and systems, check out www.divveesocialgurus.com. Get started today before your friends join with someone else. Sometimes timing makes all the difference. This is one of those times. Divvee will have millions of members by the end of this year. Will you be at the top or at the bottom? Still have questions? We have answers. Go to www.divveesocialgurus.com.
Love that video. That represents actually quite a bit of time getting all of the messaging right for Divvee. Now, unfortunately, Divvee continues to evolve. It has changed a little bit since we put that video together. The messaging is mostly on target, but because of some of the developments with Divvee, things have changed slightly, and they'll continue to change. Remember, we're in a startup phase with a company that's largely a tech company. Lots of technology being deployed. So we've got a little bit of an evolution. As far as that evolution, it involves a few things. It involves some of the commissions and points mentioned in the video, as well as an ongoing improvement in the quality of what we're doing. As far as what we're doing, we started out initially with the idea that we would look at videos and apps. The videos and apps would generate points and commissions. In addition, we were asked to look at ad content to give feedback, to take surveys, and to do other activities. Now, the commissions are generated and those points are generated by this basket of activities. The points are designed to go to the person doing the activity. Commissions are generated for the compensation structure, the comp plan of Divvee. And those commissions are paid 10 levels up from the person that is doing the activity. Why? Why are we getting compensated for this? That's because of the influence. For the activities, we get a lot of market intel, a lot of exposures, and an awful lot of feedback, good feedback that these marketers and these advertisers want. And the better the feedback, the better the compensation to us. The closer they can get to the right person giving the feedback, the more valuable it is. For instance, Gillette might want to get feedback on a particular razor. If they have me review the razor, that's probably meaningful. If they have an 8-year-old child review, not so meaningful, in fact, not even advisable. But the closer they can get to the actual consumer, the more valuable that activity will be. Divvee is continuing to step up the quality of the engagement, the quality of the activities that we're involved in. It's great to see that improvement. As far as the activities, we initially started with what we call rank and share. Rank and share are those apps, downloadable apps that evolve to videos. That would be what I would call round one as far as the content. We're in the middle of deploying round two, which adds surveys, sweepstakes, product placements, giveaways, free plus shipping offers, all sorts of additional things that tie what we're doing a little more closely to what the advertisers and the marketers want to accomplish. And for us, that's really what we bring to the process. We're bringing that ability to get the advertisers and the consumers closer together. In a way, that's our product. That's what we have to offer. And for that, we're being compensated. Those activities are important. To stay active with Divvee, I need to have 100 of those activities per month. You can see a shot of my back office. I have the number 4. That indicates that I've completed 4 of these activities. Maybe I've reviewed 4 videos or 4 surveys or 4 somethings. So I can keep track as I'm making progress toward my 100 activities for the month so that I get that active status. The active status is important because if I'm active, if I complete my 100 activities this month, then I qualify to get paid for this month's activities. The payment for this month's activities will occur about the 3rd week of next month. That's a little bit of a lag time because the activities that we do need to go through a bit of a vetting process at the end of the month to make sure that we're getting the right content, the right feedback, the best eyes on each product or video or app, just to make sure that we're getting the best value we can to the advertisers. And they actually pay more for a better engagement, which makes sense. They're trying to place product. We're trying to help. Now, as far as what we get the commissions, we get points, and then we also track coins. Coins are just an internal currency at Divvee. We use coins to upgrade our app. We use coins to send out certain messages or to get marketing materials for in-house use. Those are just in-house. Points are for folks who do the activities. Commissions are what gets shared 10 levels up. Now, points have been on hold. That hold is slowly going away. They were on hold because we had some advertisers wondering whether giving points to somebody for reviewing a mobile app might somehow affect their willingness to review the app. Maybe they weren't reviewing the app out of the goodness of their heart. They were reviewing the app because of points. Well, that's put the points on ice very temporarily. That's actually going away as we bring new content on board. And that's good. It's good to hear. As far as joining Divvee, you can enroll for free. To enroll, you can download the app. But to really participate, to be a full-fledged affiliate, to be able to have a team under you and to earn commissions from their efforts, then you need to do an upgrade. You start that with downloading the app. The app is available in the Google Play Store, and it's coming soon to the Apple App Store. Now, Apple lags behind Google because Apple takes a little bit longer to review an app. Additionally, they want to make sure that all of the upgrades, improvements, everything that we expect to have in the app is largely done before Apple makes its final review. We expect to see Apple around the middle of next month. So that's coming. And that's critical because here in the US, half of our mobile devices are Android, but half are Apple. Other countries, the ratio is a little different. For instance, in Colombia, which is our second test market, about 90% of the mobile devices are Android devices, interestingly enough. Anyway, the Apple site is coming soon, and the Android site is already up. Those are working well. In order to upgrade to the affiliate status, we pay $50. The $50 is a transaction that occurs in the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. And for that, we get some pretty darn good tools. First, we get some team building tools, and second, access to an amazing travel portal. Now, the team building tools, I have the tools that I need to send invitations. I can send a text invitation to someone, inviting them to enroll with Divvee, enroll with me. I can also send an email and somebody can enroll. And then coming shortly, this is a really important improvement. Coming shortly, we'll be able to do mass enrollments. So if you have a following, let's say you have an Instagram following of 1,000 people that are really well engaged with you, you will be able to send an invitation to all of them at once, rather than doing one invitation at a time. That's an important upgrade in the enrollment system. Now, currently, the enrollment system is on hold, and it's going to stay on hold to the end of the month, well, for the last week of the month, we believe, as we do another round of updates and upgrades so that we can do the mass link, so that we are getting close on Apple, and then we can continue with Android enrollments. And even on the Apple side, I've enrolled quite a few folks. They may have an Apple device. The Apple device is not yet playing well with Divvee, but they can still enroll with an email invitation. I can email an invitation to my Apple buddy. They can route it back to me, and then on my Android phone, they can do the upgrade. So they can get signed up and into the Divvee structure at a time where it's really important to be jumping in. We're still at the pioneering stage and the team building stage, getting our leaders in place and getting in place the folks who will be able to be very successful and really profit from this Divvee opportunity. Okay, in addition to the team building tools, we also have a world-class travel portal where we can get wholesale access to all sorts of things, all sorts of travel things. I can get discounts on flights, cruises, condos, destinations. That alone is worth $50. In fact, that's probably worth $50, $60 a month. I know that if I joined a comparable travel group, I would pay as much as several hundred a month to get the discounts that I'm able to get through this group that Divvee has brought on board. And if I wanted to do a timeshare style, I would spend thousands. I've done that in the past, and I just don't like the load of the timeshare. I would much rather have this opportunity with Divvee. This world-class travel portal, that's for us. Divvee went to great lengths to bring on a tool that enhances the quality for us. That isn't what we're selling to the outside world. That's purely a value play for us, the affiliates. As we're building a team at this stage, we have some simple rules for placement. Rule number one, it's automatic. The placement is automatic at Divvee, so I'm not going to have to stress over where people get placed. I do prefer at this stage to bring in folks with a following, folks that either have a following, so they're already leaders, or they've got the enthusiasm to become a leader. As far as the placement, it is a placement underneath the person enrolling. If I'm doing the enrolling, that enrollment will come somewhere under me. And as far as the structure, it's top to bottom, left to right, and right to left. And when I do an enrollment, I unlock a tier of compensation. I can get compensated up to 10 tiers deep. I need to have 10 personal active enrollments in order to get paid 10 levels deep. If I only have 4 active personal enrollments, I can only get paid 4 tiers deep. Just 4 tiers. So I want to get the 10 in place, which is not that difficult. I can certainly have more, there's no limit, but I need just the 10 to make sure I get paid 10 tiers deep. I'll show you the basic numbers, and then in a few more slides, I'll show you the structure in a way that makes good sense. As far as the tiers, let's say that's me at the top, and I enroll 3 people. They're going to get placed top to bottom, left to right, then right to left. So on tier number 1, my first 3 personal enrollments are going to fill out those first 3 spots. Now, the structure itself is 3 by 3 by 3. So I enroll 3 people. Under them can go 3 people. Under each of them can go 3 people. So we're increasing on each tier by a power of 3. And you can see the progression of the numbers down the center of the fat blue arrow. I'm going to have myself, that's 1, then 3, 9, 27, and so forth. Up through that 10th tier, which is where the real magic is. That's where the heart of my compensation is, where I could get 59,049 people on just that tier. And if you add them all up, that's about 88,500 people that I could get paid on. Now, in network marketing, that kind of number is normally just a dream, a wish, a whim. I don't think so in Divvee. And I say that because in Divvee, it's a lot easier to build a team. It's a lot easier to share what we're doing. I'm not ordering a box of products that I need to study and learn and experiment with to understand. And I don't have to master that box of products before I can share it with a friend or a neighbor. It's a lot simpler. Everything I need to do is going to be on my mobile phone. I need to be able to handle email, text, download an app, fill in a little info. Well, gosh, we all do that just about every day. The learning curve is half an hour rather than a month or 2. So sharing this is very, very simple, very easy. And I think it is possible to get to those crazy numbers. That 88,500, it may not just be a wish. As far as generating a commission, the commissions are generated if there's a rank and share activity or one of the other marketing or advertising activities. Now, in this example, I'm assuming that there's a commission of $2. So there's some activity, a survey, a product placement, watching or reviewing an app, some sort of activity for which an advertiser or marketing group is willing to compensate us. If I do the activity and the activity is worth $2, that $2 will be shared 10 levels above me, 20 cents a level. The math is always the same. Whatever my activity is, divide by 10, and that's paid out over 10 levels above me. Very, very straightforward. The commission amount is going to be based on the daily activities I'm involved in. Those various activities like watching the video. Now the value itself varies a little bit. If I just watch a short 20-second video, that's worth something. If I watch a video and then download an app, gosh, that's worth more. And if I go further, maybe I download the app and then I play through level 3. That's worth a lot more, and it will generate a commission that is much greater than simply watching that 20-second video. That 10 that is in there, that's assuming there are 10 tiers. 10 tiers over which this compensation is shared. And then the 20 cents, that's just the amount paid to you. Let's say that you're upline. That's what would be paid to you for my activity. If I do that same activity, that 20 cents that's paid to you, if I do that 30 days out of the month, well, then I'm worth $6 to you. And the same would be true of anybody under me. If they're doing a similar activity with similar value, and they're doing it 30 days out of the month, that person in my downline would be worth $6 per month to me. And in this case, I say $6 per enrollee per month. Really, it's everybody below me on my team, everybody that comes after me, personal enrollments, and even enrollments that I did not bring to the team, but they are placed under me. Well, if I have the same figures, $2 activities, 10 tiers, 20 cents, $6 a day, that can translate nicely into what the Divvee founders would like to see happen. They have a goal of getting 1 million Divvee affiliates making at least $500 per month. A couple of the founders have talked about that actually for quite a few years, looking for the right opportunity, the right approach, the right business where they could have this kind of impact. Now, for most families, $500 a month is impactful. For many, it's life-changing. So that's a wonderful target for Divvee. That would be wonderful for most of us. But I can tell you, we can go a little further. We can do a little better. This is a simple spreadsheet based on that $6 figure, $6 per enrollee per month. I've got 4 columns here. Column number 1, that's just my tiers, 1 through 10. Column number 2 shows how many people are on each tier. Again, it's power of 3, so I've got 3, 9, 27, and so forth. If I go to column number 3, total enrollees, that's the total through whatever tier I'm pointing at. So through tier number 4, I have 120 people. That's 3 plus 9 plus 27 plus 81 to get 120. If I have 120 people, if I'm only full up through level 4, then I'm going to get a value paid out to me in the monthly commission based on $6 of value per enrollee. I have 120 enrollees, so I have a potential income $720 based on $6 a day, $6 a month, and my 120 enrollees. That is not a very large downline, not a very large structure. Very, very achievable. I've seen that already as we have been building out our team at a very preliminary stage, really just a startup stage for Divvee. Now, in the Divvee world, we have these activities. The activities have varying values, and the activities are trending in the right direction as far as value. But so far, what we've seen at the back office has a pretty low value. It's been some good material to test on. But I can tell you round number 2, which is being tested right now, is going to have a much higher value. And with time, the founders believe that we're going to see a monthly value that's closer to $30 per enrollee. And I've seen round 2's content. I've even seen round 3's structure. And when I look at what's coming and I see that $30 per enrollee per month figure, that's real. I think that's a real number, maybe even a little conservative. It's going to take a while. It's probably going to be this time next year before we get to that, but it's coming. And even without that, we get to some eye-popping numbers. By the time we get down through level 8, I've got about 10,000 people. Based on $6 a month, 10,000 people, I'm getting a crazy amount of monthly income, potential income. That all presupposes that we're working. There's nothing free here. but the work is not that burdensome, not that onerous. Okay, I mentioned a few minutes ago that I would show the structure a little more plainly. Here's how the structure unfolds. If that's me at the top there, I'm the black dot. As I bring people in, as I have people that enroll, they're going to be placed top to bottom, left to right, and then right to left. And each row is filled before going to the next row. If I bring 3 people on through enrollments, those 3 are going to go on the first tier. And I'm getting this, well, the computer system itself will simply sweep left to right, right to left, all the way down through my structure. Now, when I enroll my first 3, I'm going to start left to right, and the computer will place my enrollments in the first open spot on my 3 teams under me. The first open spot as it sweeps left to right. Now, in this case, I had 1 open spot for blue, 1 for yellow, 1 for red. If I have some more enrollments, the computer will do the same thing, now sweeping right to left, filling in the first available spot on red, and then on yellow, and then on blue. If I have more enrollments, then I'll start to sweep left to right, filling in the first spot for blue, then yellow, and then, oh, in this case, red. Red has her own enrollment, and she'll start the same process again. First here, going left to right. So you can see her placement filled in the first available spot going left to right. As this continues, we'll see more of these spots fill in, more of the enrollments are placed. Now, it's important to note that if blue has enrollments, if she has some enrollments of her own, they go below her on her team, Team Blue. If yellow has enrollments, Team Yellow, same for Team Red. In my case, when I have enrollments, they can impact all 3 teams. But as we go down to the next tier, go down to the tier with blue, yellow, and red, when they start their enrollments, those enrollments will be on their team, which makes sense. So mine can rain on all the teams below me, just like yellows can rain on all of the levels just below yellow. It's a great structure. Something I like about it is it naturally fills the weak positions. If the blue enrollment here, if she turns out to be a great leader and enrolls 10,000 people in short order, she'll fill out her matrix under her, so that blue rectangle will fill out very, very nicely. Well, if I have enrollments, the enrollments will find the openings. If I go down to, say, the next tier, tier 4, if blue has already filled in tier 4, then my enrollments are going to be placed on the yellow and red teams because blue has already filled in the row 4 in that case. So I'm naturally filling in the weak positions or the open positions. And I like that. It saves me from spending a lot of time looking in the back office trying to find out where in the world to place people. So it's great. It's a great approach. Okay, currently Divvee is operating in the United States and Colombia. Those are the 2 initial test markets. They're similar in some ways and quite different in others. They both have a nice tech base. But in the US, we have a mix of the way that we use our tech. We have a lot of mobile technology, tablets and cell phones, and an awful lot of laptops and desktops. Colombia does much more of uses much more of its technology through mobile devices. So they're a great mobile test market. We're a great mixed test market. And they're both a little different and both good targets for the kind of testing that we've done so far. Pretty soon we'll have Canada, Japan, Mexico, Peru, and we have quite a batch of other countries behind them. As we get our technology worked out, as we get the inventory up to the standard, the quality that we're looking for, we'll be able to deploy relatively quickly. I mean, relative to other companies that go international. We don't have to go into Mexico, for instance, and establish a manufacturing facility that meets the equivalent of the Mexican FDA approval. We don't have to figure out the logistics of storing and shipping things. We're using technology. So we don't have the huge capital outlays and the burdens, also the barriers to entry that come with those outlays. So once we are ready to roll, we will roll quickly. Currently, we're still in beta testing. We're still a startup company. We still have a few bugs to work out over the next couple of months. But I can tell you, I work closely with the founders and closely with the officers. And what I see is very encouraging. I do get to see the good, the bad, and the ugly. I've seen plenty of bad and ugly as they've worked through issues with some of the partners, not amongst themselves, but partners like the outfits bringing us content, who haven't been able to deliver quite what we need, so we've had to go to other partners. Well, that's part of the bad and the ugly. But I've also seen the technology solutions, the leadership involved, the sheer quality of the leaders that are being brought in. And it's impressive. This group is an impressive group. So I'm very pleased to be part. As far as our team, we're doing some interesting things. We have all of this Divvee stuff going on. We're watching Divvee as it evolves. It's not as easy as some folks would like, just because we're pioneering. But as a team, we're solving a lot of the issues that come with the pioneering. For instance, I mentioned before that we have webinars. Every Tuesday, we have an introductory call. The introductory call would be for folks who want to learn about Divvee. Maybe they're thinking about joining the team. We also expect folks who are leaders or who want to become leaders to be on the call frequently to get the messaging, to get the updates. We also have a regular team call on Thursdays. Both of those calls occur at 8 p.m. Mountain. Now the team call, that is a little bit more about mentoring and recruiting tips and training and scripting. This week it's going to be fantastic. We're going to have Rob Sperry. Rob Sperry is the corporate trainer for Divvee, highly sought after individual. And we are really fortunate to have him working for us at Divvee. Okay, we also have training, interesting training. The first round of training is something we've been working on for a while. Michael James, one of the members of our team, one of our leaders, has spent a lot of time with video. And in this case, video that comes with Facebook Live, which translates nicely into Instagram Live and other live platforms. And we have training that he has been working on, he and some others. And that is very, very close to launch. I'll tell you about some of those details around that training in a few minutes. We also have a private Facebook group where we share some of the content that we develop. We also post our team events. We have some team resources. And it's also a place that we can go to ask questions, get some input, share ideas. We have a YouTube channel, another place we'll share a lot of resources. The YouTube channel will go public in just a matter of days. So it's very, very close to launch. Finally, this member library, it will be an interesting library. We'll have a couple different levels. We'll have a level that anybody can see that's a member of the team, and then another level for folks who are leaders on the team looking for a little higher level of engagement. And that is going to be an interesting place, because we'll have some high-end tools, industry-topping tools. As far as that live video, the live video training, this is one of the first parts of the training. A simple checklist for having successful live video. There is an art to it and a little bit of science, but we can make it very usable. Now, we're interested in the live training because it's a great way to extend your link. Excuse me, not your link, your reach. It's a way to extend your reach. These days, folks like to see visual and, better yet, video. We've gone through a bit of an evolution online. You can see this in Facebook. Facebook initially was very hungry for pictures. Now they're very hungry for video. Well, that reflects the interests of the folks who engage with Facebook and other social media. We like video. So with video, we can extend our reach and get much better engagement. Part of the training will also involve all the mistakes. How to avoid them. We have some ebooks that have been prepared, guiding you through the process. What can I do right? What can I do wrong? How do I get to where I want to go? And the reason we want to go down this path is we want to create more leads. We want to create more opportunities. We want to create more of a following. And the live video is a great tool. When you go to access the live video training, you'll see a portal like this. The live video training is something we're going to sell commercially, but we're also going to make it available to our team members at about an 86% discount. We're really just covering the tech costs for the team. Otherwise, we're subsidizing that as part of the training that we're bringing to the team because we think it's hugely, hugely valuable. Okay, next, I got this today from Darren O'Lyon. Darren reached out to me. Lance reached out to me as well. We need testers. Now, initially, they were reaching out to just a few leaders. They've made it a little broader. We're testing new content. The content that's going to be shared generally with all of Divvee, all of the affiliates. But right now, we need some testers who are willing to receive some content via email. This content would be the upgraded inventory of activities that we're going to be doing, that rank and share kind of activity. We will post a link on the team Facebook group for this. And the message from Darren, our CEO, he said today that he's looking for 500 to 1,000 testers. We already have folks on our team that have signed up to be testers of the new content. We need a bunch more. We need about 40 more from our team. So we'll post that link. It'll be in the team Facebook group. To sign up, they're just looking for a name, an email, and your Divvee enrollment number. If you want to be part of that test group, it's not required, but I'm in. I want to see what's coming. I want to be involved with each step, so I'm certainly in. Next, last plug for the night. On Thursday, we're going to have Rob Sperry on for the team call. Rob is our master trainer for Divvee. He is highly sought after, not just in a network marketing space, but networking in general. He works with billion-dollar companies that are very large, that are looking to get the right messaging, looking to do the right kind of networking, and I like his content. Unlike some folks who fancy themselves trainers, Rob is kind of low-key, he's methodical, he's a real student of the process, and I like his material. It's very useful, very applicable. I've seen other material from other trainers or other folks who fancy themselves leaders in the industry, and it's a lot of chest thumping and it gets kind of old. Not Rob, not with his material. I've seen a lot of his, and I really like it. Now, he'll be on the call with us. It's a real treat for our team. That'll be Thursday night. The link for that will also be on the group Facebook page. All right. Now, I've been talking away at top speed here. Are there questions that any of you have? I haven't noticed any chatter. I don't know that I'm doing quite that good a job, that I've hit every issue. So I want to take a minute here to make sure that there aren't any other questions or thoughts that I'm zipping past here. I see that Michael James posted the link for Thursday. That link is also on the Facebook group page under the events tab. We'll be able to get back on and have Rob Thursday night. As far as going forward, I mentioned earlier that enrollments are temporarily suspended, and that's temporary. Lance Conrad, president of the affiliates, he thinks that we'll have the enrollments back up the last week of the month. And that as far as upgrading, that's also on hold for just, well, it's going to be about 10 days. As far as folks that want to join, this is a really good question. This is coming in from John. What do I tell people that want to join now? Well, we're temporarily on hold with the enrollments, but man, we need them to engage now. We really ought to have them on these calls. And in fact, if need be, if you really feel like you want a little help engaging them, some of us leaders would be happy to do a three-way call if that's helpful to you. But certainly, let's get them on these team calls and get them in these team events. We can still get folks ready to be in your organization, to be placed where you would like them to be placed. And since we're only looking at maybe a dozen days before we open enrollments back up, we want them engaged, we want them in this training, and we certainly want them on the calls. We also want to plug them in. Even though they're not enrolled yet, we'll help them, or we'll accept them into the private Facebook group, because we do want involvement and engagement. It is a little challenging right at the moment because we had a lot of momentum, and then we hit a few hiccups. And we had more momentum, a few more hiccups, a few more bumps in the road. I don't know that we're at the end of the bumps in the road, but I do know that the quality of the bumps keeps improving. We're getting better, but we will need to get folks plugged in. So, Tom, that's a really good question, a really good concern right now. I would get folks plugged in. I know they can't jump in and do the activities, but it's still really handy to have them as part of the group. And we'll continue to post updates for them, for instance, in that Facebook group. We'll start providing video to that group every day or so that people will have something to help them plug in, get familiar, get settled in. And in fact, there we see Michael James in the chat popped in the address to get into that Facebook group. You can also send out invitations from within the group, and we are happy to let folks in, even though they can't enroll at the moment. Oh, here's a good comment from Bryce Stevens. 78% of marketing 2017 is Facebook marketing. Lots of video. And that's been interesting to watch as we've gotten more into the video side of the marketing. If you turn back the clock just a couple of years, most of the marketing, the cutting edge marketing, it was visual, but it was not video. It has really, really changed and progressed very rapidly. So training, like the training that Michael James has been working on for the Facebook Live training, it's critical. You've got to get good at doing the Facebook Live event or the Instagram Live event. Once you try it a few times, once you get the hang of it, it's pretty simple. And they even make it easy. Facebook, for instance, lets you try it out privately, see how you're doing, see how you sound, try it, delete it, try it again, and when you're finally comfortable, go live. And it's critical. You got to have that skill. Absolutely need that skill. Just like with networking, it is a skill that you can learn. So, Bryce, I really appreciate that. That's a great comment. That is absolutely true. The video is the way to go. And if you master it, man, you can build a network. Massive network. We're fortunate to be in this business at this time because of the quality of engagement we can have and the sheer reach that we can have. Michael, for instance, Michael James, he got serious about one of his groups, building followings for just one of his social media groups. It wasn't large not long ago. Now, because of a little effort focusing in one area, one of his social media outlets, he has 30,000 followers. And that's just from concentrating for a little while in one area. And he has several that he's building up very rapidly. And he is being sought after by others to help them build their social media following. So we've got a real leader in that area on the team. It's great to have. Great to have him on the team. All right. I think with that, we'll wrap this up. This video will be cleaned up a little bit tonight. We've got a great tech team that will clean it up and by morning be ready to share it. We've already got requests from a few folks. One as far away as Great Britain said it was a little too late to be up. I guess there's quite a time change from here to England. And he is going to get to see this video first thing in the morning. We'll have those kinds of resources for all of these team events, so you'll be able to get your team on the calls, which I think is critical. But if they can't make it, you'll be able to get the recordings, share those, and again, extend your reach. Great. I appreciate y'all taking the time to be on the call. This has been the Divvee Social Gurus. Thanks.